Paranormal event is an event that is considered supernatural or supernatural, which cannot be explained by the scientific laws known today. Events such as telepathy, psychokinesis, ghost sighting, teleportation, and clairvoyance are considered paranormal events. 1. Overtoun Bridge, Scotland. You may not understand the sign at first sight, but let's clarify it right away. This bridge, located near Milton in West Dunbartonshire, Scotland, is a place known for dog suicides. Every dog that passes here mysteriously commits suicide by jumping off the bridge. In fact, it has been observed that dogs that jumped and did not die jumped again and committed suicide. The reason for these suicides is thought to be the curse of evil spirits in Overtoun Castle. The cause of these suicide incidents, which were first seen in the 1950s, is still unresolved. 2. Yazirat al-Hamra Town, United Arab Emirates. Founded in the 14th century, the town was suddenly abandoned in 1968. There are currently 13 mosques and more than 300 houses in the town. Although there is no clear information about why the town residents left, the most accepted one is that they were chased away by ghosts. It was recorded that people visiting the town heard moaning sounds from inside the houses, and the demons living in the town were seen to appear suddenly in the form of animals and then disappear. The mystery of these strange sounds in the town, as well as the creepy images seen by those who went there, is still unsolved. 3. Chianai No. 281, China. Originally built as a language school, Chianai was later converted into a church, and its last owner was a Chinese National Party official in 1949. The origin of the building is still unknown, but the experiences of the last owner, the party official, made the building much more scary. After leaving his wife in this house, the man fled to Taiwan, and after a while, the woman hanged herself in this house out of sadness after this incident. 3. Construction workers heard various sounds and screams coming from the building and went in to look, but they could not come out again. Everyone in the neighborhood says that this spirit still haunts the house, and it is known that apart from those 3 construction workers, a few homeless people also entered here, and no one has ever seen them again. 4. Banff Springs Hotel, Canada. This hotel, one of the largest hotels in Canada, is known as the Haunted Hotel, and although it is quite spooky with its story, it serves as a popular holiday village. There is not a single event that makes this hotel haunted. There are several events. The first of these is that a bride, whose wedding dress skirt burned while dancing in the ballroom, broke her neck by falling down the stairs while escaping from the flames. After that day, it was recorded that there was a slight burning smell while dancing in the ballroom. Apart from this, many customers reported to the authorities that a white dim was seen near the stairs. The other story about the hotel is about the murder of a family staying in room 873. After the murder, the door of the room was bricked up, and no one entered there again. The ghost of the family can be seen in the corridor of room 873. That's why generally no one prefers that floor. 5. Point Hicks Lighthouse, Australia. Robert Grace Christopherson, the keeper of the lighthouse, suddenly disappears one night and cannot be found despite long searches. 1 to 2 years later, while the new lighthouse keeper is sure that he is alone in the lighthouse at night, he hears footsteps coming from the stairs, the footsteps of a man walking up very slowly. Then, when he starts to visit the lighthouse, he sees that the door handles are polished. Since then, Christopherson has visited the lighthouse regularly. His footsteps have been heard by some of the visitors, and he still smashes the door handles. The mystery is still unsolved. 6. Coronado Hotel, United States. In 1982, a woman dressed in black comes to the hotel, registers, and says that she is waiting for her husband. This woman, who had been waiting for her husband for a long time, was found dead on the stairs. After this death, the woman's expected husband never comes to the hotel. After the woman's death, hotel staff and hotel guests reported that a very pale woman, dressed in black, was walking up the stairs. The writers who came and stayed at the hotel because of this story also encounter similar frightening and unexplained situations, and they also saw a woman going up. 7. Belmas Town, Spain. This mysterious event started in 1971, when a stain began to appear on the kitchen floor of the couple Maria and Juan. When they come the next day, they see that the stain has taken the shape of a face, and Maria tries to erase the stain but is unsuccessful. Afterwards, they break the ground and pour new concrete on it, and a week later the same face appears on this concrete. Although the family is horrified by this situation and decides to break the concrete again, the concrete is taken away by the authorities for examination, and at that time, an investigation is started at the house. Under the house, there are piles of headless skeletons dating back to the 1200s. The mystery of these faces cannot be solved, and different faces appear in various parts of the house. The faces on the wall are becoming more distinct, and their facial expressions are changing day by day. It is thought that the expressions of these faces change depending on the person looking at them. Some look like they're smiling, while others look angry. One of the researchers said that while doing research at home, someone touched the back of his neck at 4 different times, and when he returned, he saw a silhouette dot. However, years later, it was revealed that all the faces on this wall were faces that Diego, the son of the house, drew with paint and acid, but they did not tell the truth to anyone for a long time, in order to attract tourists. But the mystery of the skeletons and spirits found under the house is still unsolved. 8. Tunnel of Scream, United States. There was a farmhouse near this tunnel near Niagara Falls. One night, a fire broke out in this house, and the girl who escaped from the fire started running towards this tunnel with her clothes on fire. While trying to take off her clothes, the girl fell in the middle of the tunnel and died there. Rumor has it that people who went to the entrance of the tunnel at night and lit a match said that the flame went out immediately and a girl screamed from inside the tunnel. Most people who went to this tunnel and did this reported that they experienced the same incident. 9. Waverly Hills Hospital, United States. Tuberculosis patients were treated at the hospital, which was opened in 1910. The disease had become widespread in those years, and this hospital, which had a bed capacity of only 400 people, was trying to cover 3 to 4 times its capacity. Since we could not care for so many patients carefully, the number of people dying from the disease increased rapidly, and tuberculosis treatment was already being done in an inhumane way. It is estimated that 63,000 people died due to tuberculosis. In the hospital, after the cure for the disease was found, the hospital remained closed for 1 year and then began to serve as a mental hospital. Hospital staff were torturing mentally ill patients, and the bodies of patients who died during torture were taken to a place called the body tunnel inside the hospital. Another scandalous incident at the hospital was 2 nurses who committed suicide in room 502. Mysterious events began to occur inside the abandoned hospital. After all these events, many paranormal events were encountered in the hospital, especially in room 502 and the body tunnel. Apart from the sudden screams and moans, visitors visiting the rooms also say that someone is touching them. It is believed that the souls of people who died of tuberculosis, then mental patients and nurses, are still wandering around the hospital. 10. Woolpit Town, England. The town is known for 2 children whose skin color is green, and the story dates back nearly 900 years. These 2 children, who are very different in appearance from the townspeople, suddenly appeared in the town. They both spoke a different language and ate only raw beans. Over time, the boy fell ill and died, and the girl was left alone over time. The townspeople taught her English and asked her where they came from. The girl's answer was quite interesting. Saint, a twilight place where the sun does not rise. He said they came from Martin's land, but he couldn't remember how he got to Woolpit. All he remembered was his father feeding his last animals. Despite all the research, it has not been figured out where these green children come from. Only a few opinions have been put forward, but none of them have been proven. The most important of these is that the arsenic deposits in the region cause poisoning, because the most common symptoms of poisoning are loss of mental balance and skin color turning green.